Welcome back to another edition of Tailgate Talk here at sunjournal.com. Tailgate Talk on SJ Varsity, new feature we have this year at sunjournal.com. Check it out, click around, find your favorite school and your favorite stories about those favorite schools. Kalle Oaks here joining me to preview Class B football along with Randy Whitehouse. Class B football, the slate this week a little bit short on teams because a couple of them are playing against each other and all that good stuff. First matchup we're going to talk about Lake Region at Mountain Valley. Mountain Valley, the traditional powerhouse here, is there really need to go into much depth here, or are we still talking the traditional Lake Region Mountain Valley schools?
Go Lakers!
It's traditional in that Mountain Valley is still traditionally good. The coaching staff is still traditionally trying to kind of talk the expectations down a little bit. What the Falcons do have is Cam Cober's back at quarterback after an injury-plagued junior year, and Taylor Bradley back at halfback after a transfer year in Scout Hegan. That was kind of a last-second thing last year that he left. Kind of a last-second thing that he came back this year. It's certainly going to give life to the Falcons' backfield behind a young offensive line. Basically, they graduated 8 of their top 10.
Lake Region has a new coach. I don't even know who.
Next game, Cape Elizabeth at Poland. Now, a lot of people at the Poland side of things took a little bit of an exception to where you ranked.
Who was that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
But Cape Elizabeth, last few years, certainly a power in Western B. Is this going to be a little bit closer than people might think?
I think it'll be a little bit closer. No, people shouldn't interpret, 10th place is 10th place or whatever. I understand Poland had a very good preseason. They, I guess, beat Oxford Hills and whoever their other opponent was, Livermore Falls. So they were 2-0 in the preseason. I don't judge anything by the preseason because I know every coach has different motivations for what they're doing. The controlled scrimmage, I don't even count. It's a glorified practice. But anyway, Poland's going to be better. They got a lot of seniors, especially up front. That's been a big problem the last couple of years. Been plagued by turnovers the last few years. I think if they can hold on to the football, they can stay in some games. I don't know if this is one of those games. I know Cape is a lot younger than they were last year when they won Western B.
Levitt at Hampton, Randy. This is usually a pretty good marquee matchup, and it usually happens early in the season. We get it again this year.
Yeah, arguably the marquee matchup locally of the week. The defending champion Hornets, some people are expecting them to take a step back this year because they lost such great talent. Guys like Josh Strickland and Matt Pellerin and Thies, a quarterback. But they're still loaded. I mean, they have a core of guys who played last year, very talented, kind of overshadowed by those guys who are looking to step out among them. Jordan Hersom, who's taken over a quarterback after being kind of a multi-skill guy for them last year. Hamden is one of their top contenders in Eastern B. It's always kind of a amped up matchup between those two teams. They don't really like each other very much. It seems when they're up in Hamden, things get especially testy for some reason.
They don't like each other, and a lot of the talk about Hamden's strength this year is in the quarterback, John Hawes. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the state. They're very young elsewhere. I think Levitt can exploit some things. They got some backs and receivers that can do every bit as much as they did last year. Jordan Hersom probably would have started from most of the teams in the conference last year, and he's taken over at quarterback.
One last quick note here in Class B, Freiburg and Green and Gloucester playing against each other. Freiburg possibly playing its last season in its current class?
Yeah, they might be one of the victims of the new reclassification. I know 75% of the people are in favor of it. They're probably in the 25% that weren't because they'd be moving to Class A. They've only had one playoff season in B in the 20 or so years that I've been doing this. That was fairly recent, but Green and Gloucester is a good opening game. Actually, it's a good opening game for each other. It's a chance to play a team that's on a level playing field.
Yeah, Greer rebuilding program, to say the least. New head coach, kind of an Oak Hill flavor to him with the coaching staff this year. And one starter back basically from last year at one of their more successful seasons. Coach Phil Preto basically said, we're starting out basically at a JV level here, so they'll just be trying to get the basics down early on.
Thank you everybody for joining us here at Tailgate Talk. For Kalle Oaks and Randy Whitehouse, who apparently like to play with footballs, I'm Justin Pelletier for Sun Media Group. Football, Tailgate Talk, SJ Varsity, sunjournal.com. Visit it all, it's fun.